Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to continue our Python tutorial series. So let's get started. So let's first open our terminal and then go to the place where we are going to do this and open our text editor. And I have, as always, I have a notes. So and now let's make a file before doing something in python.py. Yeah, so here it is open now. So now what we are going to do today? Well, we are going to continue learning about functions related to list. So what is the first function today that we are going to learn? So we are going to learn about sort function. So what you can do with sort? Well, by the name you can understand that it is going to do some kind of sorting stuff. So for example, you have this list, okay, and what you want to do is you want to rearrange it according to alphabets in it. Like if a word has letter A as first alphabet and another word has letter B as first alphabet, so the word with letter A should come first and then word with letter B should come second. Just the way you see in dictionaries, like not in Python dictionaries, in your real dictionaries that you would have used before internet era. So let's copy it and see how we can sort it. So what I have to simply type is, I have to type a.sort, okay, and then if I will print this, so what you are going to see, here you can see that the list has been sorted not only according to how the alphabets are arranged in the words, but also according to uppercase and lowercase things too. Like uppercases words are placed first, then all the words with lowercases are placed. So that's a amazing thing to notice. And what else we can do with list? Well, we can even use numbers, not only just strings. You can use numbers. So now we have numbers, and if I will again run the program, so here you can see it has sorted. First it has took the smallest integer that is there in our list, then the number that is slightly larger than that, and then more larger, and then it continues till the whole list is sorted. Well, what if we want to reverse sort it? I mean, instead of sorting it in this way where the smallest number comes first, it should sort in a way where the smallest number comes last. So how can we do that? So for that you have to type reverse equals to true, and now if I will run the script, the Python again, so here you can see the largest number has come first list and the smallest number has come last. So that's how sorting works. Well, you can't do only these few things with sorting. You can do little bit different things. Like suppose I have this list, and what I want to do is I want to sort it according to whether it is closest to a specific number or not. So how can we do that? So for that we have already given an example for it. So here is an example where we are sorting according to whether a number is how much closer to 100 or not. So let us first run this and then I will tell you how it is working. So let's copy it and then paste it here. Now here you can see like we have a function defined here and it is being used here as key is equals to m mod. So what it is doing? Well, simply it is doing some kind of subtraction stuff, and then there is absolute function. Well, you can't understand it without I will run this code. So first let me run it. So I will type Python and then here it is run. So you can see here like what it happened is that 100, which is the closest numbers to 100, well obviously 100 is the closest number to itself, so 100 was listed first, then 123 was listed second. Why? Because it is the second closest to 100, and then 44, then 34, and so on. Well, here you can see how amazing it is. Like it has sorted according to a given condition, but how? So let's understand that. Here I have defined a function. Here you can see it is returning a value which is n minus 100, and n is an something that is inputted here as an argument. And then what it does is after subtracting that number with 100, it is doing its absolute and then returning it to the sort function. So what exactly the absolute function is? So what it does is it converts negatives into positive. Like if I will run Python interactive mode and then I would type apps and then I will type something like minus 100, so it gives me plus 100. So what it is basically doing is it is converting any negative into positive. Now if suppose I return I give this 100 as an argument, so it will give me 100 still. So what it is basically doing is it is basically giving me only positive numbers, not any negative numbers. So how it is being used? Well, let's understand it here. Basically what you are doing is you are not sorting according to numbers here. You are sorting according to values that are being returned in this function. And here key equals to m mod means you are using this function to actually sort a given number. Like what you are doing with 44 here is you are not sorting it according to the number 44. You are first putting it here in this function. You put it n equals to 44, and then what you do is you subtract 44 by 100 here, and then what you do is simply you subtract it by 100, and then the answer comes is something like in negatives, but what you do is you put an absolute function here, so that negative number will be converted to positive number, and then that value will be actually used to sort this, will be used in this sort function, not the value like 44 itself, but the result that has came in this return statement will be used, and according to this return statement it will be sorted. Well, still a little bit confusing, I know, but we will understand it after we will go through some other examples. And now suppose that this Well, we had to sort this list without taking in charge of whether the alphabets are uppercase or lowercase. So how can you do that? Well, there is a function for it too. I mean, you can use again key is equals to something in your sort function and it will work. So let me clear this and type that. Okay, so what it is going to do? Well, first it is going to take this element and then it will convert all its all the string into like from lowercase to uppercase. Like if I will show you, so like if I what I do is I will just copy it, okay, and then I paste it here, like C is equals to something, and now what I do is I simply try to put it in uppercase, like str.upper. What it will do? It will do what I am going to do currently now with this mango thing. I will simply just convert it into uppercase. So this mango with lower cases of letters will be converted into this when it will be passed here. Okay, and then instead of using this, we will use this these elements to compare actually these one. So in reality, when we will use str.upper, so all this element will be converted into something like these. So here you can see like it will be converted into something like this instead of the previous one, which was this, and then it will do sorting. So now if I run Python program and then do, so here you can see it has sorted without considering the uppercase or lowercase condition, because the actual elements that we inputted were turned into upper cases. The whole list of elements were turned into upper cases, so we didn't have any thing left, like we didn't have any lowercase words, so it simply just sorted it alphabetically without considering anything, because everything was already in uppercase, no matter we have input it in lower cases or in mixed like uppercase and lowercase or something else, but at last it was converted into upper cases. So that's how the key is being used in the sort function. Is one of the very amazing thing that you will love it in the next example that I am going to show you of how to use it. So here is a brainstormer. Here what we have to do is we have to simply sort this list, but not the way we are doing in sort function. Instead we have to separate them according to like whether they are even or odd. Like here you can see we have all the even numbers and odd numbers in mixed way. Now what we are seeing here in the output is that here we have a section where all even numbers are there. This is a section of even numbers, and here we have all the odd numbers, and they are in the same order in the internally, like last number is 9, so here it is 9. Then before that comes 347, so we have second last as 347, and we have 89 as the first odd element in this list. So same way here you can see like 89 is the first odd element, and so on, like we have 44 and 12 and every other thing is like in same order. So how can we achieve this? You can use the key in sort. Well, how? So let's first copy this list. Here I will do a equals to and put the list here, and then what I will do is I will do define a function like def mod, and you can do something like and well, you can name any way the functions are, and then what I would do is I would type return and then a %2. So I have written it here, and now what I will do is I will simply use it in the sort function a dot sort, and then there is one mistake, here should be n. Okay, so let's continue. So a dot sort and then key equals to m mod. Now if I'll print a again, so it should have something different. It should have this result. So let's hope that we will get the same result that we are getting in output. So if I run Python, and then here you can see we have got the same result. We have 89 in the third last, then 347 in the second last, and 9 in the last. And first section is contained of even elements here, and then second section contains of odd elements here. You can see like it is starting from 44 and then ends to 100, and then here you can see like it is starting from like 89 and then ends to 9. So that's how it works. So now let's move on to something else. Now we have a copy function. Well, what does copy function do? Well, it will simply make a copy of the list. Well, you will say why. We can do it simply like b, like here we have a list, and we have to simply put it like b is equals to a, and we get another list. Well, in Python and in any other language it doesn't happen like this, simply because there are pointers. Well, what are pointers? So let me tell you. So now if I would do something like I will copy it and I will paste it here. So what in this program we are trying to do is we are making a copy of old list, that is b, by doing b is equals to a, and then what we are doing is we have like simply did some changes in previous list, like we had did a dot append 100. So here the last element will be something like this. Okay, so but the thing is that it should not appear in the list b that we have gotten. We don't want this. Like when I change anything in list a, then it should not get reflected in list b. But the thing is that it will get reflected. Well, why? Well, we will know it. First, run that command. Run this command. So here you can see I have in both list I have like got appended 100. Why? Here you can see like we have printed a and b, and we have got 100 in both. So why? Well, because we didn't actually create a new list. We have simply referenced it to a, which simply means it is just a reference. I mean, if you would do any kind of change in b, so it will get reflected into a. Why? Because b is exactly a. It has just two identities. Like you have a person whose nickname is something like John, and then it is the nickname of that person, but the real name of that person is Robert. So what we understand with that, like the same person has two different names, and here also the same thing happens. like two persons has same name. So that's how it happens. Like you can check this in your Python program with id function. What id function do is you will tell you memory address of any element. So if I will write print id and then a, and then I will type print id of b, so what it is going to give me? Well, here you can see I got the same id, which means in your RAM it is pointing to the same memory address, and it simply means we have two variables but it is pointing to the same memory address, and hence whatever changes we will do through one variable, it will get reflected through other variable as well. So how can we change it? So for that you have to simply do nothing more than just you have to do a dot copy. Okay, so now we have made a copy of it, and now if I will type Python, then here you can see like we didn't got any changes in list B, and here you can also see that both are in different memory addresses. You can see this number is different than this one, so it simply means that both are in different memory addresses and both are pointing to different lists. And there are some other ways to do this, like you can simply use list function itself. Like if I would do list and then a, so it will also do the same work. Here you can see I have used list a and it is doing the same thing. So that's how you make a copy of the list. And now let's move on to something else. So now we have methods to join the list. So how can we join it? So for that, suppose I have list A and then list B, and what I want to do is I want to join it. So I will simply do A is equals to A plus B, or A plus equals to B, and both will do the same thing. So let's see how it is going. So now if I would do A equals to A plus B, okay, and I will print it here, so I will have elements of both A and B. So if I would do Python, and then here you can see I have elements of both A and B. And now if I would do something like I want to join it in different way, like this is like A plus B, but we can also use a loop for it. Like I will simply use it do it by using a loop. So I will just do this, and then over time, and then if I will run the code again, so here you can see it still got everything in my list A. All the elements that were in list B got appended in list A, and hence I got like sum of two lists. And other than that, you can also use append function, like it was like something like A equals to like A dot extend and then B. Here extend is a function which will extend list A with all the elements that are present in list B. So if I will type Python and then it again, then you can see the same result we have got. So basically we have many ways to single task in Python. So now let's see the next function, that is count function. So what does this count function do is it will count all the elements, if you give any element in its argument, then it will count like whether how many times that element got repeated, whether it got repeated by 1, 2, 3 or 0 times. So if I do something like, I will just copy it here and paste it here. So here what it will print in this, well, we have 11 3 times here. So here in the first statement it should print 3. Okay, so it will first print, in first statement it will print 3, and then in second statement it is 9. 9 is just existing only once in this list, so it will just be like once here, and here we are checking for element 100, which is not present in this list, so it will give us value as 0. So that's how count function will work, and let's run it in our program. So here you can see, as we expected, we got something like 3, 1 and 0. That's how count function works. Well, we are thinking like we can count it here in this list by our own self, so why do we need a count function? Well, in real life you won't have a list with only some like 3, 4, 5 elements. It will be something like thousands and hundreds of elements, so you can't do counting by your own. So we will need to use something like count function. And that's all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed my video, and I will see you next time, and till then keep watching, keep growing and keep learning. So bye bye.